a good way to put it. So just to like put it in simple terms, we both want to start a YouTube channel. We
Yep.
both know that we're both business owners. We know that
Mm-hmm.
content marketing is just by far the best form of marketing out there right now.
Yep.
YouTube is the greatest platform for content marketing right now. And we have made excuses for years, literally years. Like I was talking to a couple of people about this. I was like, yeah, I know that I need to do this. And I've known for a long time. And I had a buddy literally say like, yeah, you told me that 2 years ago. And, that's convicting, right? Like I
Yeah.
want to stop making those excuses. And so what we said was in November, let's do a one video a day challenge. And
Yep.
so weekdays only, so Monday through Friday,
Mm-hmm.
but every day record a video and publish it. It only counts if it's published and live on YouTube. And so the reason why one a day as opposed to something more sustainable like one a week is, in my opinion, if we can ramp up, right? We've been making excuses for so long. If we
Yeah.
can just ramp up to something that's so aggressive, coming back to one video or two videos a week
Mm-hmm.
it actually feels sustainable.
Yeah.
So number one, it's, like we're talking about just putting in the reps and putting in the habit. But number two, it's like we just made excuses. I've personally just made excuses for a long time.
Yeah.
And so I think if we can just keep each other accountable, I would not have done this without you. Like I would not have done
Same.
this without somebody to push me every day and keep me accountable.
Yeah.
But I think that being able to put the reps in, maybe we won't get a ton of subscribers out of the challenge, but
Mm-hmm.
the like you said, the reps, the skill set, the putting in the time, then when we pull
Yeah.
back to one or two videos a week, we'll
Yeah.
be able to sustain that for a long time. And
Yeah.
consistency is what matters, and that's what we're aiming for.
Agreed. And I think too, that, there's a lot of benefit of kind of just seeing what happens and going hard right now, because then we'll also have a bank of content, that we
Yeah.
can draw from, in the coming months. So I think that's going to be super beneficial for us.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a book called Atomic Habits. Have you read it?
I've read like parts of it, but not
Yeah.
start to
Yeah.
finish.
Well, you can probably get all the real golden nuggets out of the Cliff Notes.
Sure.
But he talks about habit stacking and actually just getting there and getting in and doing the job, and not so much thinking I've got to go to the gym and I've got to go hard. Right? We're kind of going hard here, but
Yeah.
the habit of if I can just get to the gym,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Yep.
if I turn around and drive home and I didn't even work out, that was enough of putting my best foot forward of like building this habit
Yes.
of going to the gym. And then eventually
Mm-hmm.
you'll say, well, I'm here, so I might as well exercise. And then while I'm
Mm-hmm.
exercising, I might as well put in those extra reps. And you're kind of
Yeah.
building towards that. So for us, I think that we're just trying to get in the gym here. We're not
Yep.
like, to us, we're not making high quality, videos here.
Yeah.
And so one of the ways that we're going to be able to sustain one video a day for 30 days is not focusing on any post-production. Like there's just no way, right? I'm not a video editor. Freddie's probably a little more, capable than I am. But I think if we can just focus on talking about content, talking about
Yep.
topics and putting the video out, that for me is just showing up at the gym. Like if I didn't
Yes.
publish anything, I didn't go to the gym.
Yep. Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it. I think, there was a clip I saw yesterday or a couple of days ago on social. I forget who this public figure was, but he was, seemed like some baller CEO of some sort, talking about content and things like that. But he went along with the gym metaphor, but I love the way he articulated it. It's not just showing up, but it's also like being okay with like it sucking.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like that's more beneficial than skipping out,
Yep.
And so for me, so credit to whoever that wonderful man was, but I think that's a great thing to start with. Is like, you know what, I'm going to show up to this thing, and I'm going to probably try to lift how I used to lift in college, and but I'm probably not going to be able to do the same amount of weight. It's going to be terrible, but I'm still here, you know,
Yeah.
and that's what matters the most. Uh, and I think too, it's just also like seeing sometimes in these conversations too, like sometimes there's just gold for both of us to draw from and to learn from each other. And there's something, there's something really beneficial about like having someone to share the journey with you.
Yeah. 100%.
And so that's what it kind of feels like. It kind of feels like we're both like, yeah, like let's go on a run at 5 in the morning.
Yeah.
I don't want to, but I'm
Yeah.
here, you know? So yeah, I'm
Yeah.
looking
That's a good way
forward
to
to
put it.
what comes from it. Yeah.
Yeah. I would not show up at 5 in the morning right here. Like I wouldn't do this without a
Yep.
running buddy. So that's a great way
Same.
to put it.
Same.
There's also another quote that I don't know who said it, some philosopher somewhere, and it's been quoted a couple different ways, but it basically says perfect is the enemy of good, or some people say perfect is the enemy of done.
Yep.
And I think that we both struggled with that, right? So that's why we're talking about just do it, just put the videos out, don't focus on post-production. If it's
Yep.
got to be a one take or if it's got to be conversational like this, we're just focused on getting it done because we can improve over time, as opposed to perfect being the exact reason why it's been years and we haven't put out any content.
Yep.
And so, the whole challenge really is just, it's, Sean Connell says it. You got to just press record. And so this is literally us just pressing record. So I want to get better at that, and I appreciate you coming alongside with me.
Of course. Of course.
Okay, let's talk about tech a little bit, because I think
Sure.
that's, part of what maybe held both of us back for a little bit. And after actually getting into the process, I was like, man, there's no excuse. Like we could have done this without investing any money. But talk about your camera setup, your computer setup, your studio setup, what you're planning on doing.
Yeah. So the setting I'm in right now is, we're both part of this co-working space in different locations, but same company. I share an office here with a friend of mine, and current setup here is we've got got my MacBook Pro. We've got a little microphone from Amazon called Fifine. Actually, earlier this year did some content on this, which is fun. And so it's just a USB connection, really simple. I've got just some simple Bluetooth headphones here on my head, and then a webcam that I've had for like 5 years. So literally there's like this, to our standards, it's pretty bare bones. And then at home, there's an old Mark IV laying around. Which to me, we both can nerd out about this, but to me, one of the greatest DSLRs ever created. And so I'll be using that for content here and there as well.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Yeah. And you've got a home studio setup that you're planning on putting together, right? Too, right?
Yeah. I've kind of, I have a little kind of, I have a music background as well. So I have a little recording, basement recording studio, nothing like crazy, but just enough to create music. And also is the workspace that I use when I work from home. So that's, there's some fun stuff there. But still a very similar setup in general as far as tech goes.
That's cool. Yeah. I think getting into it, I kind of realized like we literally could have started doing content with a $30 a month subscription to Riverside.
Yep.
And the webcam built into the laptop and a set of AirPods, right? Like I've got AirPods in now. I'm using another mic, but I was like, it's not drastically different,
Yeah.
And so, realizing that like you can get by with a lot less than you think you need to start even this, just conversational content. And I think podcasts are a great way to start because you're just talking with people about a topic. And so that's a great way to start. I did invest in a little bit more equipment because we had some funds set aside for content marketing anyway. So I got the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. I was between that and, the ZVE 10. That's a pretty common one. But I knew that you buy the camera, then you're going to have to buy a lens. Then it's a little bit more of a setup. And so it was just, I wanted to remove any opportunity for excuses. So I just invested in the Osmo Pocket. No lens that I have to purchase. It's super small. I can just set it
Yeah.
up. I plugged it right into my computer, and I'm using it right now as the webcam, right?
Let's go.
And so I already had the DJI Mic Minis, and so the Osmo Pocket came with the DJI Mic 2 as well. So now I've got both.
There you
But
go.
right now, for podcasting like this, the Mic Mini just has the plug-in receiver and the transmitter. I just put it under my shirt. I've got it clipped on right now, and that's what I'm using the audio for.
There
And I
you
just
go.
plugged it right into my computer. So, that helped a little bit. And then I just picked up, $60 ring light from Best Buy, right? And so I'm sure there are better ones out there, but it was nice to just have a little bit better lighting.
Yep.
And then I actually think Riverside is a phenomenal tool for this, right? Because it's got some editing tools in it. It records the video and the audio on my device and on Freddie's device, your device. And so like I can take both of those and make sure that I've got high quality video on both sides, no glitching, or if it cuts out in the middle because of the cloud or the internet or something, we still have high quality at the end. So that definitely helps. And then they have the video editing built right into Riverside, and you can publish straight to YouTube from Riverside. So in my opinion, I'm like, wow, this removes a lot of the excuses.
No brainer.
So I'm a fan. I think it's a pretty cool tool. And we're not even, we're not affiliate marketing it right now, but it's a cool tool, So for us, I think removing all of the excuses is like number one. And if you've got a little bit of money, you can invest in a little bit of gear, but it doesn't take a lot to actually start. So I'm excited to see the types of content that we put out over the next 30 days. I'm sure video 1 versus video 20 at the end of the month is going to be drastically different in quality. And that's the whole point of reps, is putting in the time, and we're obviously going to get better in just a month. And I think that, dude, if you think about if we did one video a week, it would take 6 months to get as good as we're going to get in 4 weeks. And so, being able to just really rapidly ramp up our skill set in putting out content, I'm excited about that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, dude. Okay, so tell me about the type of content that you plan to make, right? So we both got a business. We're kind of focused on the personal branding to funnel, leads back to our business. This is the whole reason that we're doing content marketing. But tell me, the industry you're in, the business that you run, and then how much that will relate to the types of content or the topics that you're talking about in your videos.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely. Yeah. So I run a branding and design studio called Minor Creative. We're based here in the Atlanta area, and we do a lot of, we're kind of, it is what it sounds like. We're in the branding and design industry. And so we do everything from, the foundational things of like brand development and strategy, all the way through design and, brand identity and web design is pretty much usually where we stop, unless there's some other, things that come with the project, like signage and print and all that stuff. But for the most part, that's generally what we do. And for me, the content that I want to create is not just, it will touch on brand a little bit. It will, there will be discussions about design and things like that. However, the kind of like almost what I would probably call more like the soul of what I'm doing is more centered around like the creative, and especially like our type of people, the creative entrepreneurs and business owners who are trying to build something. And for me, it's not necessarily centered around the building of it and the profit and the revenue and things like that, but it's more centered around making it sustainable, and kind of also like maintaining and restoring if it's been lost, like kind of the wonder and joy in creating something and building something. So it will be a little bit of a mix of like my own personal journey, my own stories from the past, and then also what I'm learning in the current state. So it'll be, I think that'll be really fun. I'm hoping obviously that will open up some opportunities for branding conversations, to people, but my actual personal like mission behind it is more so to cultivate like community around in the creative sphere
Yeah.
in the larger sense. And so and hopefully having like a community of creatives that are about creating community and not competition. So
Yeah. That's
yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we talked a lot about design, brand, the
Mm-hmm.
importance of it, right? We're walking into this new era
Yep.
of being able to build websites or build apps or things like that really quickly. But people lose taste, right?
Yes.
If you don't
Yep.
have taste, then you'll really be able to tell the quality of a product, right? It might work well,
Mm-hmm.
it might do what you set out for it to do,
Yep.
but you're really going to lose that user experience in the taste of how something's designed.
Yeah.
So I love that. I love that you're really focused on that side of the of product design or web design or business design, is making sure
Mm-hmm.
that we're actually communicating with taste,
Yeah.
from the logo to the website to the app that you build.
Yep.
Because if you forget about that, right? What did we use the other day as the example? Was it go high level?
Yeah. Go high level. Yeah.
Yeah,
No
yeah,
offense.
yeah. I mean, cool product. It does what do what they set out to
Mm-hmm.
do, right? But
Yeah.
you lose taste, right?
Yeah.
Because you cram so many features and so many buttons into one user interface. And
Yeah.
so I love, that you are focused on that design space, because I think that it's going to become more and more important as people are rapidly building apps and websites and things like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I think, and we don't have to talk about this right now at the very moment, but there's definitely a lot of what I want to talk about is comes from my own story and my experience, and kind of what I've gone through as a as a kind of multidisciplinary creative, and kind of crawling my way out of burnout and things
Yeah,
like that. And so we can definitely talk about that another time. But I think that's part of the reason why is I just want creatives and business owners to like thrive and have joy in what they're doing and not feel like they've created this job that's locked them in a weird way.
yeah,
So
yeah, 100%, man,
yeah.
100%. Oh, that's cool.
Okay, your turn. How about you?
So we're in the AI space, right? So AI consulting, AI implementation, and we've always said that we have four pillars, which is education, consulting, implementation, and support. And I think that the education aspect is going to be mostly this, right? Content
Yeah.
creation, talking about AI. To me, I really feel fulfilled when I'm able to help somebody find a new tool that helps them. That
Yeah.
they're like they just feel dramatically more efficient in whatever they're doing every day
Mm-hmm.
because of a new tool. And it could be free, right? It could be a
Yeah.
free tool that they're used, like Perplexity for research.
Yeah.
People have no idea some of these tools that are out there, or they don't know how to use them properly, or whatever. And so, our services are very expensive. Software development is still pretty expensive. It's getting cheaper, but it's still pretty expensive. And so it actually makes me feel really excited to be able to help people find the tools out there that would really benefit them in their workday. Our whole motto is we exist to help people get back their time in business. And so people are slaves to everyday work is what it feels like. And they just can't get away. I just talked to somebody today again. Like I'm putting in 10, 12-hour days and I'm burnt out by Thursday and I don't know what to do, And so
Yep.
that stuff gets me fired up of just, how can I help these people find the right tools that can really help them get their time back?
Yeah.
And that affects every other part of their day, their family, their marriage, their kids. And so that's why we do it. But the types of content that I'll probably focus on is going to be AI related tools, tool reviews, tutorials. And there's new ones coming out all the time. And so whatever I can do to help be a resource for people to be able to find these tools and really understand how to use them. And so I'm not sure yet if that's going to be more tutorial focused, just kind of screen share Here's how you use Perplexity. Here's the
Yeah.
new AI browser that was released and things like that. There'll probably be a good bit of videos like that. But I would also love to do more podcast stuff like this, where I'm literally just talking with a business owner or an
Same.
employee at a
Yeah.
company and just like, hey, let's work through it. Let's talk about your workflow, what you do every day, and let's find a tool that would
Yeah.
dramatically increase your efficiency every day.
Yeah.
Because I think that's where I get excited anyways,
Yeah.
is one-on-one or group workshop focus.
Mm-hmm.
And so there will probably be a mix of different types of content as I kind of figure out where I want to
Yeah.
sit, but it's all going to be AI related with the intent of helping people get back their time.
I wonder if there's something we could kind of like, I know there's going to be a lot of places where our kind of different angles overlap. And
Oh,
so
100%.
I'm sure there's probably conversations we can have about, how we can utilize AI in the branding and design space.
Yep.
Obviously, you and I have, outside of this have talked about some of those tools, but I think that would be an interesting, fun thing to empower
Yep.
kind of both sides. And, but I think that's a great thing, because I think that also is tied to some of what makes this sustainable, and
Yeah.
technology and AI is probably part of the reason why I'm still able to do this how I've been doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's made it. I'm not gonna like act like I haven't had to grind and hustle a little bit,
Yeah.
but it's definitely made it a little bit easier.
Yeah.
Where so there's a lot of ways that it's saved me time and
Yeah.
money and
100%.
all that. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's why I get excited about AI, because I think never in history, right, have we been able to overcome so many barriers or shortcomings when it comes to our current level of skill sets.
Right.
And so you think about designers. Never in history have designers been able to spin up a working website, working app, if they're just focused on design, without knowing how to code, without knowing how to learn some of these no-code web design tools.
Yep.
There are still additional skill sets you need to focus on design. And so AI put designers in a place where they can actually just whip up an entire user interface with AI, and just focus on the design aspects, because they have the vision in their head and they're just communicating to create really quickly and rapidly. And so
Right.
I love that AI basically it takes all of us and almost puts us on an even playing field, where we can just focus on what we love, what we're passionate about, what we're gifted in. Gary Vaynerchuk used to say, like, don't worry about your weaknesses, just double down on your strengths. And AI literally gives you the ability to do that.
To do that,
just
yeah.
double down as a designer, double down as an artist, double down as a coder if you don't know design, right? And so it doesn't mean that we're not going to still need each other. That's where the aspect of taste comes in. I'm going to have to pull Freddie in and be like, dude, I need you to bring your taste in to make sure that the design looks the way that I want it to. But AI at least got me past level 1 or 2, and now we can focus on really fine tuning it. So those are like why I love focusing on helping people kind of level up. And AI can do that dramatically.
Yeah, I love that. I think people don't realize how much is out there already.
Yeah.
Because I think people also think it's like AI is just like a most recent thing in the past like year or two, and it's like, no, like it's been around for a while, longer than you think. And I think what's fun for us, like we kind of said earlier too, just about the excuses. It's like there really is no excuse. When I record like a meeting on Zoom and it feeds into Loom, it's like I have no excuses on like it even offers to edit and enhance it through AI. It makes summaries. It now makes SOPs, and like there's like literally no excuses as to why I can't build a system for my team members or things like that, because it's 20 times easier these days. And so I think that's really exciting, and I'm excited to hear more of your wisdom and knowledge in that space.
Yeah, man. Well, I'm excited to find tools that help people, and I think
Yeah.
the excuses factor, it's literally why we're doing this challenge, but like, I love removing excuses
Yeah.
because
Me too.
there's always another way, right?
Yeah.
And you can either
Yeah.
make excuses or find a way to get results. And so we're kind of doing that right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, I am super excited. Are there other areas about the challenge specifically? Like, basically, we're going to use these calls
Yeah.
once a week to just check in with each other, talk about what we've learned, what we've sucked at, what we've done a little bit better in, and just kind of debrief and take these videos. And honestly, we talked about releasing these videos on its own YouTube channel
Yeah.
as kind of like a AI, or sorry, YouTube challenge learnings or whatever, right? Just focused on actually starting a channel. And so we're going to take these and just kind of talk about that every week. But are there other areas as we kick this off that we should comment on now before we get started? Because we're starting November 1st, so that's about a week from now.
Yep. Other than everything you've mentioned, I think it's also just like really for us being able to see how, like, kind of put our money where our mouth is. Like, I feel like we're both our backgrounds we come from that space of marketing and content and video and ads and that whole world. And I feel like it's kind of one of those things where it's like, let's actually like practice what we're preaching to some of our clients and go for it and see what happens. And I know Ben and I haven't known each other super long, but we both know that we are both not only business owners, but we're dads, we're husbands. We care deeply about our families. I'm sure the subject of faith might come up as well. But I think at the end of the day, we're also just trying to build businesses that like kind of serve us rather than own us. And I think Ben and I both know from some of the ups and downs of being a business owner, entrepreneur, you can really kind of get trapped in this thing of like trying to build something and get success. And I think I also like really, I don't want anyone to like see these videos and like start comparing themselves. What I would hope is that they just see that we're really just like two normal guys who also happen to own businesses, and we're learning as we go, and we're both just deciding to kind of make a path on our journey together for the content side. And so I think I want people to just see that, like, what could happen if you actually like really commit and you stop making the excuses of like, I don't have enough margin to pay someone to do this. I don't, have enough technology, or I'm terrible in front of the camera, or this or that. And just say, or in our case, it was, like, it has to be like cinematic and it's going to be perfectly edited. It's going to, but maybe one day, yes. But I think that's the big thing I want people to see from these conversations. So
agreed. Well, okay. How much time do we have? How much time do you have? You good?
Yeah, I have like probably 15, 20 more minutes.
Yeah. Let's do this. This could go terribly. So
fine.
But I think, we're talking about no excuses. We're just going to make stuff happen. So I've got my YouTube channel. You've got your YouTube channel. One thing that we're going to focus on is this third channel that we're not going to put as much time and attention into, but we want to put a little bit. And so maybe right now we can literally just pull up a screen share, and I can pull up ChatGPT, and you and I can just literally go back and forth on like, what should we call a YouTube channel? What should the banner be like? How do I set up a new YouTube channel, right? Because I think these are going to be, if this third channel is mostly focused on our own learnings on starting a YouTube channel, these are the questions that people are going to have. And we can just walk through it right now, and people can see how we get past the I don't know how to do this phase into how do I learn how to do that. So I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen here. Oh no, it's going to do that thing. It's going to kick me out.
Oh no.
And then I'm going to rejoin. You stay there.
I'll stay here. That's what this is all about.
100%. Oh, it did not kick me out.
Yeah, I was like, you're still here. I still see your face.
All right. Okay, cool. So this is Perplexity. So if I go to ChatGPT, can you still see this?
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. So this is how I usually start with brainstorming, right? As I pull up ChatGPT. So I would literally just come in here, and I'm going to pull up the dictation so that I can just talk type. So I'd say something like, I'm working on a YouTube channel with a buddy of mine named Freddie. We're just going to do a YouTube challenge in the month of November. So we're going to record and publish a new YouTube video every day of the week, Monday through Friday, for the entire month of November. So we should have 20 videos published by the end. What we're going to do is on probably Mondays or Tuesdays every week is we're going to record a podcast just talking about what we've learned, how we've, what we've done well, what we've done poorly, things like that. And so I want to brainstorm a little bit about the YouTube channel name and anything else that I might need to come up with to just put together this YouTube channel. And then maybe you can give me some step-by-step instructions for setting up the new channel. So that is a tool called Willow Voice, where I can press the function key and I just talk and it writes it down for me. So
incredible.
Definitely makes it a little easier.
I'm learning already.
If we're recording, instead of you just having watched me type for friggin' 2.5 minutes.
Yep.
So ChatGPT is going to think a little bit. It's in thinking mode right now. And it is taking a while to respond. All right, so channel name ideas. We've got ship daily, build and share, process promise, repeatable wins. Okay, what were some of the hard things that we were talking about why we were doing this, right? We were saying no more excuses. What's some other phrases that I want to throw in here so it has some extra context?
I would probably say like content marketing is probably a big element for us.
Yep. Right. The goal is to help generate more leads for our business. All right, let me throw some more in here. Okay, so one of the reasons why we're doing this is because we've made excuses for years, and we want to just have the mindset of no more excuses. There's no excuses. We've got to do this. We've got to get it done. The purpose is because we both own businesses and we want to generate more leads for our business. And we believe that content marketing is going to be a major key of doing that. And so let's use some of that context. No more excuses, content marketing, generating leads, growing our business, being good stewards. Those are good bits of context for you. And let's just focus on the name and the topic and the description for now. All right, so this, for everybody watching, is called context engineering or prompt engineering. You're giving it the context that it needs to know, and you're giving it some more prompts so that way we can kind of get some better results back. So no excuses November, no excuses media, daily compound, ship it daily, the consistency pact, publish mode, momentum bros, momentum media. Some of these aren't bad. Some of these are a little cheesy. Channel
Momentum
focus.
Media sounds like a church production company.
It does, yeah. That's funny. Consistency pack. I don't hate Ship It Daily.
Yeah, that's
Or
pretty
what was the
cool.
one up here that it came up with? Ship Daily.
Ship
I don't
daily.
hate that. I don't hate No Excuses Media. No Excuses November
Hmm.
is fun, but it's not. That's more of a challenge name.
So yeah, it's not
It's
really
not a channel
scalable.
name.
Yeah,
So I don't hate No Excuses Media. I don't hate Ship It Daily, or Ship Daily.
daily compound is interesting as well.
Where's it at? Daily Compound, Consistency Compound. So does content. Okay, so we like Ship It Daily, Ship Daily, Daily Compound, and No Excuses Media. Let's expand on those a little bit. All right, so all four strong directions, core idea, Ship It Daily. Ship It Daily and Ship Daily are the same idea. Um,
Yeah.
really, at this point, it's just like, okay, what kind of flow do we like? I'm a big
Hmm.
fan of like 2 to 3 syllables,
Yep.
two to three
Same. Yep.
syllables, 1 to 2, maybe 3 words tops.
Also,
A channel name is,
to throw in some just some branding nuggets here, like Ben is brilliantly also like this is like where I feel like people don't realize like if you're going through like a naming exercise for your brand or a channel you're trying to start, like this is exactly what you can do. Like
yeah,
that's I mean, this is how it can happen without you having to pay, you know, $50,000 for a naming scope to a massive
yep,
branding agency. No offense to them,
yeah,
but just saying.
yeah, 100%. Yeah, I think this is what I'm talking about when I say
Yeah.
AI helps you to level up, right?
Yep.
When in history have we been able to level up this fast, where you could have a brainstorming partner workshopping some names, without having to have a human being that has that skill set, because a lot of people
Yes.
don't have those friends. So being able to just come in here now, the big thing about AI is sometimes it sucks, right? It's going to give you
Yeah.
bad ideas,
Sure.
and
Yeah.
you don't want to just think AI sucks. You have to direct it, and
Hmm.
that's where taste comes into play. And so
Yeah.
you kind of do want to be able to use
And
it as a
and
tool, but not just take publish mode as
yeah,
the answer.
that's so good. And I think too, just to even touch on that even more, Ben, like I think one of my favorite things about using a tool like Chat or Claude or Perplexity is that they're because it is it is not like a human, right?
Yep.
And so like what's interesting is I'm sure a lot of us have been in those rooms where people are brainstorming together, and there's almost this like underlying fear that somebody has to speak up to give an idea, or they think their idea is dumb, so it causes them not to speak up, and that can actually like slow down the process because a lot of us sometimes are driven, unfortunately, by like some of our fears or insecurities or something like that. And what I love about chat is that I can just be very like objective and say,
Yeah.
like, no, okay, great idea, this one's not working, this, that, and then it'll
Yeah.
keep moving on and it moves the
Yeah.
process forward instead of having to deal with not that, you know, part of being a good leader is learning how to deal with those different emotions with when you're in a room with people.
100%.
But also like with this, it's like we're trying to start up a YouTube channel right here, right now, and we don't have time for that. So
Yep.
like
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
so I love that. This is
Yeah.
great.
No, I agree. The fear of judgment
Hmm.
and the fear of offense, right?
Yep.
Or maybe not so much the fear of the fence, but like I deal with
Hmm.
offense, right? If you don't like
Yeah.
my idea, I could be offended.
Hmm.
That is a no-no, right? Like
Yeah.
you don't have time for that, but you can recognize that that's where you're at today. You might struggle with some offense a little bit.
Yep.
And so AI can really help you have a safe environment to brainstorm. Same thing, fear of judgment. You don't want to have fear of judgment that holds you back in life, but you can use AI to help brainstorm without having that fear of judgment. So we
Yeah.
would encourage people to get over that,
Yep.
because that is going to hold you back, and it has held me back, specifically the offense one.
Hmm.
Is I'll get offended, right? If you don't like what I'm saying or you don't like
Yep.
my idea, I might be like, well, screw you. And that
Yeah.
is an immature attitude to have. It holds you back as an individual, and I've had to mature in that and grow in that,
Yeah.
and
Same.
still haven't arrived.
Same.
But
Same.
this is a great way to start. Being
it's
able
good.
to come up with ideas. So ship daily. Let's just pick one, bro.
Dude.
Ship daily. Another friggin' nugget. Just pick something. The name doesn't really matter. Okay.
Yeah. Personally, I like ship daily.
Okay.
Personally, but
yeah, but then are we gonna have to ship daily forever? Or are we
that's
just
a good
starting
point. That's a good point.
Are we gonna start a challenge? That's funny.
Yeah.
I like it. I like the name.
But
maybe
the idea,
maybe it could just be about that.
Sure. The compound idea also I like as well, even though the word daily is in it. Something like that, because I think it's also kind of what we're trying to almost have proof in the pudding for, is if you just have discipline every day to carve this out, it's actually easier than we think it is, and we're actually going to that growth is going to compound over time.
Well, I actually like that, because I think you and I are firm believers that long term, this principle applies daily for the rest of your life. And if you always think I have to sprint to the finish line, like the daily compound isn't one video a day for the rest of your life. The daily compound is if I can get 1% better every day for the rest of my life,
it's good
in any area, it's going to compound. And so I actually like that one. So we're going to go with daily compound. We're going to go with daily compound. Let's move forward. We'll see what comes up with, right? Okay, so we've got daily compound as the name. That's the brand positioning. Let me add a little bit of context here. Just for context of the brand positioning, naming, why we went with that. We basically want to have the message that we might not post one video a day for the rest of our life, but if we can get 1% better every day for the rest of our life, that truly does compound. And so maybe the channel in general is going to talk more about skills and things that you're afraid to do that you really need to just start now and let that daily compound over time be the ultimate success, as opposed to I've got to wait until I have it all figured out to start. All right, so more context. Refined brand. Success isn't built overnight. It's the compound interest of daily courage, small actions, and consistent learning. I love it. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to start today and let the results stack over time. Freaking love it. Yeah, this is
done.
This is definitely the right direction. Okay, so we have the right name. We have the vision, the content of it. So I would go to YouTube. You can see this?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so what I would do is I would click on the little icon guy. I would click switch account, and I would click view all channels. I would click create channel. And then we would come down here and click daily compound. I bet you that one's taken. Yeah. So the daily compound. So I would say the daily compound handle is taken on YouTube. Give me 20 ideas. All right. So we've got daily compound TV, daily compound media, daily compound official, daily compound studio. What are you thinking?
I like some of the. Can you go back up to the top there? Yeah, I would go maybe something like we have talked about maybe bringing in some other guys here and there into this. So it could be crew, could be interesting. The YT for YouTube could be interesting. Show sounds interesting as well. What are your thoughts?
Yeah. I like the name media. I always like the word official because just it's a real clean way. But I'm also okay with crew or YT.
Okay.
So
let's try crew.
The daily. Wait, was it the daily compound crew? All right, crew is there, and
Perfect.
official is also there. So
Okay.
one of those two. What do you like?
I'm fine with either. Uh, let's go crew. Why not?
All right, Valentin. Now, name. Oh, this is the name of the channel. Daily Compound Crew. You know what? Let's just for flexibility. This is just a personal thing. I
I
like
love that.
crew,
Yep.
but
That's a good
just so
point.
for flexibility, we could add crew later. You can always change this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But let's leave it general just in case because we have no idea where it could go. So
Correct.
usually this is what I do when I'm coming up with logos. I have started a
Yep.
lot of businesses, and what I've learned is a logo does not friggin' matter. It just doesn't. And so I usually come here and
Yes.
I come up with logo templates, letter D,
And as you're
or
doing this, Ben, I think it's a good opportunity as a branding person to uh, kind of talk about like, Ben is, I think, like, is making a great point here, because I think a lot of us designers would look and see this, and depending on your level of pretentiousness, you could see Canva come up and be like, oh no.
yeah,
However, like, again, we know already the spirit and the sentiment of what we're trying to tap into for our channel, but also, at the end of the day, it is not inherently, it is some of it, but a logo at its base does not solve a problem, or bring, is not a viable solution for everything. And
right,
so I think we have to understand too, like, it's okay to start somewhere. It's something I try to tell my clients. I work a lot with small businesses, and they're like, Freddie, I can't afford you. I'm like, okay, well then go use AI, go use Canva. Because for me, what matters more is that you're starting, and not making an excuse that you don't have a logo so you can't start business. Like, that's
right,
ridiculous to me. Um,
yeah,
so I'm like, I would rather like you go make a okay mediocre logo on Canva and start, and then like work on your sales chops, or
yeah,
like things like that. So I think that's something to just keep in mind.
yeah,
Uh, like, yes, we do want taste, but we also have to be practical and real sometimes, and say, hey, like, we don't, Ben and I don't have time to go through a 4-week logo identity process. Like, that's not what we're here for.
right,
Even me as a
right,
designer, I don't have time to sit down and make a logo for us. So
yeah.
this is great.
Yeah, I mean, I think that when I say the logo doesn't matter, obviously it does matter to some extent.
Yeah,
However,
absolutely.
what I usually mean when I talk to people about this is you have no idea where the business is going to go. And if you spend
Yeah.
all your time trying to come up with the perfect name and the perfect
Yes.
logo, it's our whole principle of good. Perfect is the enemy of good, or perfect is the
Yeah.
enemy of done. And I've done this before where I came up with a logo. I used the Canva logo, used ChatGPT to come up with a name, threw it together, ran that business for 4 or 5 months, made 50 grand from it, but realized this business is not going to work. It's not sustainable.
Mm.
It's not scalable. I'm actually
Yeah.
not helping customers. And so we shut it down. And imagine
Yeah.
if I spent 6 months thinking about the name and the logo, right? Like all you need to
Yes.
do is to start. And later, when you know that this
Hmm.
business is working and you love it and you're really helping people, then because you're making money from customers, you invest in a better brand and you bring
Yep.
somebody like Freddie on board to
Yes.
actually do a proper branding and design phase. And
Yep.
so, but if you start with that, it really holds you back. And so, the
Yes.
whole concept of just getting started is
Yes.
just
So good.
just don't worry about it. So
Money.
what I usually like to do is just pick a letter, and
Hmm.
so the letter C for compound. Pick a letter, Freddie. What letter do you like better? This is the letter C. So which
Mm.
which logo do you think is just cleaner? I usually go clean over fancy.
Hmm. Actually, that one that says Curiosity Paris is
This
interesting.
one, yeah,
Yep.
this is a good option.
Um, I think it's a nice, clean thing. But
Yeah,
then there's
just go with
also,
it.
I think, like, just my designer brain is going, and you can flip it either way, and it's both a D or a C. So
Oh
uh,
yeah, I like
that
that.
could be
I like
interesting.
that.
Um, so yeah, whatever
So
works.
we would call this daily compound. Let's pull this out a little bit. Just recenter.
Look at that. Ben's a designer too. Look at that.
Boom. Look at this. This is an instant logo. Come down here and okay. Well, you know what's probably better is to delete that and that. And to come up here and copy this group, come down here and paste it, and then just change the color to white so that it's the exact same size.
Ben, did you think you would be showing everyone how to design as well?
No, not at all. This is not. I'm not the designer here. I'm just trying to. I'm trying to get us to get this done fast. Okay.
Take my job, man. Take my job.
Okay, so download 500 PNG.
Sure.
Download. Okay, sure. Right. All we're trying to do is just get something.
Get it started
right here.
Yeah.
So we can add this image from computer. Upload from my computer.
And so people need to see this. Like, it's like, aside from like the little hot takes we just did, it's like, you know, there weren't really hot takes, but you know, that took a couple of minutes. Like, there really is no excuse, and so hopefully we are saving somebody out there who stumbles upon this some time. Looks cool.
Look at that.
Love it.
I like it. Yeah, I think it's cool. All right. Look at that. My 3-year-old daughter has her own YouTube channel.
I love that.
Select channel. Well, let me refresh. Yeah, that's for the algorithm, everybody. If you have a 3-year-old and you don't want those videos showing up, just set up their own YouTube channel.
Set up a separate channel. Yep.
And yes, you can set up parental permissions. We're not crazy. Okay, well, it's not showing up here, but maybe I need to re-add it in the studio. No, it's just taking its time. Okay, so then
it takes a second.
All right, we don't have to do that here at the moment, but what we would do is go through and come up with a banner, and I would go through the same process. Come in here, type in YouTube banner, and this is where you find templates. So like Canva is just, you're not going to get custom design perfect, you know, and this is where like I'll probably let Freddie go through. I'll let you just go through and like design the banner because this is your thing. But this is the fastest way to just like stop making excuses, get it done, because the banner is not going to change the game for your YouTube channel.
No.
Putting out content consistently is what's going to change the game for your YouTube channel. And so I'm just focused on how do we just not make any excuses and get things up quickly.
I actually kind of like that one with the like trees and the like road. I don't know what it is, but I just like it.
If I customize
I'm very drawn to big, bold fonts. So
let's see if it fits. I mean, that's
look at that. Look at that.
Subscribe. Ben, Valentin, and Freddie. What's your last name?
Castro, like Fidel, but hopefully no relation.
Yeah. There we go. They use the snap grid.
See, look, you're a designer. I was going to say, look, is he going to? My designer brain was like, you better center that.
Are you hiring? Yeah, I could.
Not yet.
All right. That's funny. Let me see. Upload. Oh, see.
Oh yes, it's
desktop.
So we'll have to
all devices.
We'll just have to shrink that down.
We'll fix it later.
Yeah, I'm not
worried start,
about it.
Right?
Yep.
You know, you got something. So we've got daily compound, whatever. Description. So I would come back in here, and I would just say, write the YouTube description. We're Ben and Freddie, 2 founders, learning out loud. Oh, that's great. That's a great way to put it.
Perfect.
This, for the record, is called building in public. This is a trend that's gone around with a lot of the startups and tech startups and software developers is just build in public. You literally just talk about everything you're building as you're building it. We're literally doing that right now. So ChatGPT just called it learning out loud. Links. We don't need a logo on the bottom yet. We don't have contact info. We'll just leave all that for now. So
Yeah.
we click publish. And then if you actually click view channel, look at that thing, man. We'll
Look at
change
that.
this. We'll fix that.
Yeah.
But like, this is a channel, and you've got a little description in here, and we could just record a little one take. Hey, we're Ben and Freddie. This is what we're doing. This is why we're doing it. And then just start pumping out videos.
Yes.
So this is quite literally what we're doing for the month of November is we're just throwing together channels. So as we're building, we are going to, be talking about the videos that we're actually making.
Yep.
And that will really help.
I love it.
I'm not going to lie. I don't know how to stop sharing.
Oh,
in Riverside.
Okay. So you're learning out loud.
We are learning out loud.
Oh, maybe.
there's no. I'm clicking the button, stop sharing. It's just not working.
Oh, interesting. Well, we can wrap it up. That's okay.
Yeah, we'll just leave it here, and we'll act like that didn't happen. But I think that this is cool. It feels more. I don't know how to do anything but be authentic and genuine, right? And so I just can't help it, and I don't want to be like, I like these one takes because people can see that we have no idea what we're doing, but we're doing it anyway,
figuring it
and
out.
I think that makes me, when I see people like that makes me feel more capable to do things that other people can do because they don't know what they're doing either, and I have no idea what I'm doing. So I kind of want to take that approach with this whole challenge this next month. Is like, I could edit it out. I could edit this whole thing out. I have no idea how to get out of the screen share, but like, you're going to run into stuff like this. And that's cool. That's okay. So I could cut that out and just make it look like we know what we're doing. Or you could actually see we have no idea what we're doing. And maybe one day we'll have a ton of subscribers on YouTube and you'll be able to see these videos. Like, they only got better because of the daily compound. They got better because we figured it out as we went.
Yep.
So love that, man. Freddie, I appreciate it, brother. I'm excited to go on the journey with you. I'm excited to start making videos and pumping them out, and would not have done this without you, man. So thank you.
Same. Thank you for your time. Thanks for all the work you've done to set up, and I'm looking forward to what's next.
Yeah, man. Sounds good, brother. Well, I appreciate it. You have a great rest of your day. All right.
You too.